Welcome to Go Mustangs Sports Fall Previews as we now look at the cross-country teams, both men and women. I'm Dave McHugh, joined by the head coach of both programs, Carol Zimmerman. And first and foremost, I'm sure the runners are ready to kind of stop practicing and kind of hit the trails, and they'll get a chance to do that right off the bat here.
Yep. We're after preseason. We are having a nice, easy day today, and we'll head over to Goucher tomorrow for our first meet of the season, 5K.
Now, that's the interesting thing. You'll be running a 5K. That's kind of a shorter distance than everybody. Women run 6, men run 8. Kind of the mentality of running that 5K here right off the...
Basically, it'll just be nice for them to get a race under their belts, and nice for the guys to have the guys who normally run the 8K, which is 5 miles. They will be able to go out and do something fast. We have one new guy this year, Patrick Reynolds, who's actually a senior, and he's running with our top guys right now. So we're really excited to see what he's going to do. But it'll be really a nice start for the guys to get out and do a shorter, faster race for the first one. And the girls, it's close to the race distance, so it won't be that much of a difference. But they'll be getting their, getting their legs.
Yeah, under them a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Getting used to a racing condition versus just running with each other. Of course, this is a little bit different. You're in the MAC conference, but you don't necessarily, like every other team, go out and play or run against your opponent necessarily every week. You may run into them on occasions and certainly compete against them, but this is different in the sense that you're kind of building and building and building all season for that MAC championship at the end. Kind of explain to everybody then what the mentality is.
Exactly. Now next weekend we will be up at LVC, who is a MAC competitor, and we'll probably hit some of the teams there. Basically, we just tried to build throughout the year, trying to get everybody to group as a team. Cross country, we scored the top 5, top 7 displaced. So we try to work together as a team to bunch and to move forward, and hopefully be able to get better results at the conference meet this year.
Talking about Lebanon Valley, in honor of them, we hear the train going by in the area. What is important for this season in your mind for these teams, on the men and the women? What do you think is the ultimate goal for them, or what have you kind of put in front of them to say, listen, let's try and achieve this?
Well, the ladies finished 8th in the conference meet. I believe that's out of 17 teams. We are a small team this year. Unfortunately, we lost a few of the girls to graduation, and then we had some injuries and some people with professional and school activity. They just couldn't do everything. But we have a really good top 5 coming back. They're grouping really well to start, so I'm really anxious to see what they're going to do. They've been doing CrossFit this summer along with their running, so they're looking strong. So we're looking to better our performance throughout the year. Hood's one of our big competitors. It's close by, so we're really close, and there's a nice competition there. With the guys, I'm really looking forward to seeing how our youngsters do. We have some returning sophomores that were knocking on the door last year, and I think they're ready to come up and take over and really push it. So we do have a good 5-6 there that I'm looking to come around, and like I said, the new gentleman we're talking about, Patrick, I expect him to fit right in there with the group.
A lot of people don't get a chance to really see the cross-country team. The practices aren't exactly on a field on campus where they can be seen. The events, the meets certainly aren't right there next to the dorm rooms or under the lights or anything. Can you give us a little bit of an insight on what these student athletes go through, especially when maybe those practices really are, and what the kind of their day is like?
Well, what we found last year, and we're doing again this year, is we have 6 a.m. practices 2 days a week, and looking at their schedules, it looks like this year we're going to do a lot of practicing in the dark, because we've been going at 7 p.m. 2 days a week also, to try to get most people we can at practices. Fridays we usually have an easy day, and then we're off to meets on Saturdays. But I'm impressed. We get the most people there at 6 a.m. They're there ready to go. So,
of course, your meets tend to be in the mornings as well. You don't tend to
Yes.
run late in the day. I can imagine that's for multiple reasons.
Yeah, meets are usually, well, this weekend we're at 9, but usually as the season goes on, they're at like 10, 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. And so that has some different logistics than other teams. Sometimes we have to go overnight just because we can't get up and drive 3 hours, do a course review, and then run a race. So sometimes we travel more than another team would necessarily have to do if they had a 3 or 4 o'clock game or an evening game.
You've been the jack of all trades here at Stevenson Athletics. If you want to go onto the online bio and check out how many positions or different things that you've done on this campus and for this office. And this year we're adding another one. While you've been familiar with the men's program, you're now taking over the men's program on top of the women's program. Has that changed your the mentality at all in your head? Has it changed how you kind of go about practices and such?
Not really. I mean, I knew the men and worked with them last year. They're a great group of guys. And, I just have to kind of focus on a little more now on, where they're going to be, that what they need personally to get better. Because we work both getting them better as individuals and then grouping them as a team. Because running, they think it's a individual sport, but it is, but it isn't. When it comes to cross country, we need them to, be able to just work. I don't know how to put it. To just be able to work together as a team, and I'm seeing that. So I'm really happy with where we stand right now.
Very good. Well, good luck on the upcoming season, especially as you work your way to the MAC championship coming up. Obviously, a little bit down the road. They've got a few meets before that, to be sure. We'll try and check in with them throughout the season as well. Once again, the Go Mustang Sports Fall Preview with Cross Country.
Okay.